Welcome to this explainer. Look, did you know that a tiny 1/8 inch crack in a pipe can leak over 250 gallons of water in just a single day? That is enough to cause some serious damage. Today, we're talking about something that affects absolutely every single one of us who lives in a house. But, it's something we almost never really think about until it's entirely too late. We're talking about your home's plumbing and how seasonal changes are just silently stressing it out behind your walls. If you live somewhere that experiences really drastic seasonal shifts, like the North Shore, for example, where the freeze-thaw cycle can be absolutely brutal, your home's systems are constantly under siege from the elements. So this explainer is going to give you the ultimate defense strategy straight from the experts to protect your home. So honestly, ask yourself right now, are your pipes actually ready? We all know the absolute chaos, the water damage, and the staggering financial cost of a midnight emergency plumbing repair. It is a total nightmare, right? But avoiding that nightmare almost entirely comes down to just a few minutes of simple preventative defense. It's the ultimate contrast. You have the extreme stress of a sudden burst pipe on one hand versus the complete relief of just being prepared on the other. Okay, let's dive into this. Here's our roadmap for today. We'll start by looking at the seasonal shift. Then we'll break down a spring checklist, focusing on observation, drains, and heaters. After that, we'll pivot into the fall for freeze prevention and spotting those sneaky leaks. And finally, we'll wrap the whole thing up with some year-round protection habits. All right, Section 1, the seasonal shift, plumbing versus temp swings. The real enemy of your plumbing isn't actually just time, it's the temperature swings. Those swings cause your home's materials to expand and contract over and over again. And this is especially true for those vulnerable, highly exposed areas like basements, crawl spaces, and garages. In the spring, we're dealing with system stress from the thaw, which usually shows up as new damp spots. But in the fall, the threats completely flip. We're suddenly dealing with rapid cooling, a huge risk of freezing, and the danger of trapped water expanding into ice. Understanding exactly what kind of stress your pipes are under in each specific season is your very first line of defense. Moving right along to Section 2, spring. Look, listen, test, and inspect. You should really think of spring as your plumbing's recovery phase from a harsh winter. It's time for a sensory inspection, using your eyes and ears to catch issues before they blow up. You want to test things like your shutoff valves and the bases of your toilets. Literally turn those valves fully off and then back on to check for seized parts or any visible corrosion. Because let me tell you, finding out that your main water shutoff valve is stuck on a lazy Saturday afternoon is infinitely better than discovering it during a midnight flood. Next up is Section 3, spring, drains, and heaters. Time to tune up the heavy lifters. Now that we've got our visual checks out of the way, let's focus on the heavy lifters. Your drainage and water heating systems do an incredible amount of daily work. For your drains, the advice is super actionable. Clear the debris out of sink and shower strainers and keep an eye out for slow-flowing drains. Oh, and if you have spare bathrooms or fixtures you rarely use, run some water through them just to keep the systems active and the traps full. Crucially, if you have a sump pump, you absolutely must test it according to the manufacturer's guidance to make sure that discharge line is running totally free. Now for your water heater, 120 degrees Fahrenheit is the absolute sweet spot. Checking your temperature setting and keeping it exactly right here is highly recommended. It gives you the perfect balance, hot enough for maximum efficiency and daily use, but safe enough to prevent accidental scalding. And hey, while you're down there checking that temperature, do a quick visual inspection. Look for any signs of leakage around the drain pan, the fittings, and the connections. Make sure the pressure relief valve isn't actively discharging. Also, if your home has a water filter, spring is the perfect time to replace those cartridges. In regions with hard water, mineral buildup is basically guaranteed. Slipping in a fresh filter protects not just your drinking water, but all your expensive fixtures and appliances from damaging scale. Let's transition into the colder months with Section 4, fall, freeze prevention, and proactive protection. As the temperatures start to drop, our strategy has to pivot from just observing to aggressively protecting. You need to inspect any water lines running through unheated spaces, insulate those exposed pipes, and literally physically seal the gaps where cold drafts can enter. Pay really close attention to rim joists, attics with plumber runs, and the corners of your basement or garage. Sealing off that freezing air is absolutely crucial to stop your lines from freezing and bursting when the deep winter actually hits. This proactive mindset applies directly to your outdoor checklist too, which is full of highly manageable physical tasks. Step 1, disconnect those garden hoses. Step 2, drain the lines. Step 3, make sure sprinklers and outdoor lines are completely shut off. If your specific systems require winterization, just follow the manufacturer's steps. The whole goal here is simple. Ensure zero water remains trapped in those outdoor lines during freezing conditions. If there's no water to freeze, there's no pipe to burst. Section 5. Fall. Spotting sneaky leaks. Let's find those hidden seepages.
So early fall is notorious for rapid temperature swings, right? And those swings can suddenly reveal tiny hidden seepages that just weren't there during the summer. So we're bringing back that sensory advice from the spring, but applying it to the fall. Grab a flashlight, seriously, get a flashlight, and proactively hunt for damp spots. Inspect the floors inside your undersink cabinets, look really closely around your washing machine hoses, and check any accessible plumbing joints. You want to spot these tiny signs of seepage now before they turn into major water damage and rot behind your walls.
And finally, Section 6. Year-round plumbing protection. It's all about building resilience. Beyond the seasonal chores, there are vital, one-time habits that build ultimate year-round resilience against seasonal changes. First up, educate your household. Installing leak detection sensors is a fantastic move, but every single capable person in your house needs to know exactly where that main shutoff valve is located and how to use it. No exceptions. Beyond that, think about scheduling a professional inspection to check your water pressure and hunt for hidden corrosion. And lastly, start keeping a simple maintenance log of what you've checked and when you checked it. An ounce of prevention really is worth a pound of cure. By catching these problems early, you are actively extending the life of your home's key components and stopping massive emergencies before they even have a chance to start. And that simple maintenance log we just mentioned, it helps you track your home's health over time so you can easily update your seasonal checklist as your systems age or as you invest in upgrades. It's like a health record for your house. I want to conclude with this empowering thought directly from our source material. A simple seasonal checklist can help you spot early warning signs, reduce leak risk, and keep water flowing reliably. The power is entirely in your hands here, so I'll leave you with this question. Are you going to take 10 minutes today to walk around your house and check these items? Or will you risk waking up to a massive, costly emergency tomorrow? The choice is yours. Thanks for joining me for this explainer, and happy inspecting!